You know, it's this wide and wonderful world of science that just makes my entire body quiver like a spastic earthworm on cocaine. It's the wonders of this planet that sends roiling bolts of energy surging through my muscular body in pleasure. A sort of quivering that generally ends with me asking for an extra change of pants. And I hold no shame in that. And it's on that note that we come to today's subject. A subject that I'm well versed in, the art of ancient Chinese mating rituals.
Nature, damn it! What?
The wonders of nature.
Talk about nature!
Nature. Topic that I hold very near and dear to my pumpy chest muscle. You see, for as long as I can remember, I've grown up in the leathery bosom of nature's stanky muffin. I remember when I was but a small child of 26, frolicking without a care in my great uncle's land, eating insects, running nude without a care in the world, wiping with leaves, and catching all sorts of terrible, life-threatening diseases by swimming in his body of water that we lovingly referred to as Lake Itchy. Memories. You know, being around all this unrestricted beauty has enlivened not only myself, but the entire Because It's Science crew, giving us a renewed vigor and desire to learn about nature's complex framework, the ways that it's kept this pitiful species hanging on by the thinnest of threads for millennia. Why, everything from the numerous breeds of poisonous and edible plants, to the bloodthirsty but always pettable wolves, to the continually larger growing badger population, all the way up to my proving my knowledge to our newest intern Philip, that humans can survive on nothing but tree bark. You know, Philip will never go back to real food again. But we're not here to talk about Philip's new dietary regimen. No, we're here to talk about the wonderful outer workings of nature. To learn as much as we can before the bulldozers emerge from the mists, to wipe all this away, to give birth to a pleasant new parking lot. Well, today we have a very special guest. Some you may actually know. I'd like to welcome back Mr. Damian Felcher. Now, a lot of you science cadets who have been here since the beginning may remember him from our first episode on penguins. Mr. Felcher, how are you doing today? Yes, I have forgotten. Though he has made nature his life's work, Mr. Felcher unfortunately cannot speak, as he has tried to ingest a female wolf spider. Mr. Felcher, I appreciate the sacrifices that you've made to further the cause of science. Now, Mr. Felcher, his family, his agents, and some of our agents, wanted him to cancel on us. But I said no. See, we have had far too many people try to cancel on us already, and I am determined to break that stigma. But despite the fact that you cannot speak, I believe that my insights on nature will be a direct reflection of yours. So I have elected to speak for him. Would that be alright, Mr. Felcher? Yeah, fantastic. Let me begin. I've seen the horrors that wait beyond the woodline. Those wooded, shadowy tendrils creeping out from the mist of savagery to just stifle civilization as we know it. No one would fight it except for me. Me and my trusty flamethrower. I remember first letting loose that stream of burning ember into the woods, letting it dance and run rampant, its chaotic heat purifying the land. That's when I heard the screams. The screams of family and friends. The forest had taken hostages, hoping to somehow parlay its continued existence. But I could not be swayed. I had to burn it all to the ground. God. Screams. What have I done? And with that, our segment with Mr. Damien Felcher comes to an end. Damien, I'd like to say on behalf of myself and all the patrons of the scientific arts, thank you for your sacrifice, for your contributions to science, and I sincerely hope that we can get you back on for further shows. And with that, the Because It's Science crew would like to impart a word from our most generous sponsors.
Good day, everyone, in television world. It is I, Jerry Borkowski here, famed scientist and noted humanitarian, and I am here to ask you, are you tired of the annoying illnesses that come with everyday life? The runny nose, the hay fever, the horrible skin irritation? Well, I am here, my friends, to tell you about my revolutionary new drug that I have concocted through my scientific genius, and that would be called Perfethil. With Perfethil, a revolutionary new cure, 3 times a day is all that it takes to rid your body of all of those toxins. Only 13 times a day, orally, vaginally, or through the male urethra. With Perfethil, your immune system to almost superhuman levels. Don't just take my word for this. Just ask my trusted colleague, friend, and overall guinea pig, Gloria.
What do you want, Jerry?
You're supposed to sell this. Tell them how much it has improved your life.
Haven't been taking it, though.
She has totally been taking this miracle drug, and it contains natural ingredients that will cleanse the body of all toxins, regardless of how long they've been attached to your system.
Dude, people can't be taking this.
Of course they can take it.
It says it contains sulfuric acid.
It
That kills people.
it does not contain sulfuric acid.
It
I
says
swear
it
it does
right.
not.
It says it right here, man. Do you even know what's in here? What the? May
It is-
cause total bowel explosion? Really?
That was one time, and that was one time only. That guy asked to be part of this experiment.
That guy that died last week?
That was not me. That was not me, I swear.
Did you test that crap on that man?
But he is fine.
Don't-
He is recovering, and
He's not recovering. He's dead. Don't lie to me, Jerry. I work with the police department.
don't tell anybody, please. Buy my
I
new
don't
drug.
have to tell anybody. It's on the. You know what? I gotta make a phone call. You stay right there, right there. Don't move. And if you run, I will get the permission to take you down.
June 28th is my street date.
Hello? Yeah, this is
June
Gloria.
28th, I will be on
I see
any
a
random
bit of a
street corner in
situation
town.
here. Dude,
It
turn
is
the
safe.
camera off.
It is safe, I swear.
It's not safe.
This is your fault, Felcher. Look at me! Look at me! Ever since that last show, I could only urinate after doing 15 squat thrusts. Look at me! And we are now back from that artistically riveting commercial. Just in time for our next segment with Estelle Getty Lee. She actually filmed this after her highly publicized expose on the mole people of Western Prague. Estelle?
Nature. My beautiful, frothing lover. Oh, I crave its gentle caress against my pale flesh. As we all know, nature is a vengeful beast. With an unquenchable bloodlust that leaves us humans at its bitter mercy for every day of our tortured existence. But if we look beneath the mound of dead bodies left in the wake of nature, there's a rabid passion. The thought of the gift of this mighty tree inside me makes my nether regions gush like a vandalized fire hydrant. Oh, you don't have to say anything, my little love generator. I know society doesn't understand our love, but can't let the prejudice of a few get us down.
Thank you, Estelle, for that thought-provoking piece on science, which has no doubt strengthened it in all of us. You know, science comes in many forms, from the water that we poison to the plastic bottles that we plant in our forest. And you know, it takes a certain raw intelligence to really grasp the concept of nature in all the scientific forms. And that brings me to our next guest. She has spent the better part of 45 years after graduating from Harvard locked in a dark room to study all the intricacies of nature and what we can learn as scientists. She has come all the way from Seattle, Washington to be with us this evening. Please welcome our next guest, Nancy Willis, who we unfortunately do not have time for.
Are you serious? You're just gonna boot me
Now,
off?
I'm sure that all of our loyal science cadets were just ready for her to blow our minds with all she's learned about zombie trees. Unfortunately, my producer is telling us that we have to say goodnight.
I drove 30 hours to be here, Sponge.
And your sacrifice will not be forgotten. From all of us here at Because It's Science, this is Sponge Dinkle telling you to go out and live as nature intended, entirely nude. Be sure to turn in next time when our guest is none other than Tipper Gore, who's going to talk to us about the intricacies of shark grooming.